Finally tonight on S4C, the Hong Kong story, Riding the Tiger.
Previously, Emmy passes the first stage of the promotion process.
我自己覺得 OK 咯，但係唔知我 CSP 點睇我咯嚇，但係過咗關就好開心咯嚇。
Jeremy gets engaged to his girlfriend May.
She's a lovely girl.
Thank you.
A teenage girl is killed in a balloon accident at Jimmy Yip's theme park. Jimmy Lai is injured by burglars at his home. Pro-democracy legislator Christine Lo seeks an audience with Beijing.
Dear Mr. Liu, coming to Beijing, it'd be nice to exchange views with you. And if I'm not able to see you, I'd be very happy to see any of your designated officer. Love, Christine, right?
And pro-Beijing Zhang Yoxing changes his mind and decides to accept nomination for a seat on the provisional LegCo that will replace the present elected body. The end of the school year. Headmaster Zhang hands out prizes for the best reports.
I don't know how I can manage. Because I have to drop some of the jobs I'm doing.
Really? What school?
Most probably.
That'll be a shame, though.
That'll be a shame, yeah.
Zhang's workload has increased significantly now that he is committed to the provisional LegCo. He prepares his party for the selection process ahead. Zhang checks out the feng shui of his new office.
Too many unfavorable landmarks around. The Shanghai Bank, the Hong Kong Bank. Up there, you see the two canyons? They are leading towards the Bank of China.
What about the Bank of China itself?
The Bank of China itself, it's menacing, very menacing. Lots of edges, knife edges.
Many in Hong Kong voice their opposition to the setting up of a provisional LegCo. Pro-democracy legislators fly to Beijing to voice their concerns. They are refused entry. In Beijing, Zhang joins Hong Kong advisors to discuss the setting up of a 400-member selection committee. It will decide on two crucial issues: who will sit on the provisional LegCo, and who will be Hong Kong's first chief executive, taking over from the governor.
There are bound to be conflicts throughout this transition period and also for a long time after the handover. I mean, we know there are ideological, cultural differences between Hong Kong and the Chinese government. We know that there are very different views. We must believe that the Chinese government is rational, the Chinese government acts in a rational way, and the Chinese government has the interest of the Hong Kong people in their mind.
Discussions are dominated by Hong Kong businessmen.
They're more eager to listen to the big businesses in Hong Kong because they believe that Hong Kong owes success to these people.
Now you know what being Chinese is all about. This is it. This is it. I love this. I love this.
Would you like to build something like this?
Yes. Well, this is the future challenge for China, is to do something great again. This is our challenge. Hong Kong is an important catalyst in this gigantic chemical process, which will result in the biggest explosion of human energy the world has ever witnessed. You mark my word. We're at the beginning of this major trend. We're at the beginning. I cannot emphasize more. The prosperity you see in Hong Kong is the beginning. I made a gain of 10% on a $200 million investment in a matter of 2 days. I signed the contract yesterday, and tomorrow they're going to increase the price by 10%. And I only made it a 5% down payment, and the price went up 10%. $180 million for these 4 blocks.
What's the value of this one then?
It's about between 250 and $300 million.
How much is a building like that cost, David, to buy?
About $600 million. 600 million Hong Kong dollars. I expect both the stock market and also the property market to be all-time high.
How do you cope with an unlucky patch?
Just sit it out. I think businessmen's practical approach allows us to deal with anybody on a very effective basis. If anything, I think we can be more effective than the politicians.
I don't know how many of our business elite really think very much about the man industry, because they are the traditional elite. They basically look down on the common man and the common woman. Do they have to go really to the housing estates and ask for Mrs. Wong and Mrs. Lee's vote? They don't want to do that. Their thinking is basically, we've done very well, we've made a lot of money. So in a way they see themselves having a superior status. And I'm going to be one of those people that I don't think they would want to appoint to the provisional body which will replace us.
Christine is invited for preliminary talks at China's de facto embassy in Hong Kong, Xinhua.
Yes, I went to see Xinhua this morning at their invitation. They gave me 2 books, take away.
And what was the reception like? Promising?
Well, warm and glowing, of course. They want to get to know me better.
Yeah.
So we'll take it from there.
The press are suspicious of her motives.
I'm going to be in politics for the long term, and since Hong Kong is going to be a part of one China, whether we like it or not, we do not have the benefit of saying we do not want to communicate with the one country.
Do you feel that your chances of going have been improved by not being part of the delegation that got blocked in Beijing?
I don't know. All I know is, unfortunately, my colleagues were unable to meet any official in China.
When it came to provisional legislature, did they ask you, was your point that you wanted to join?
No, they didn't at all. And I said, well, I'm against the provisional legislature.
The press always just want a yes or no answer, because it really isn't so simple anymore.
生须日出生，你何分何岁？要当得一程，要当得一程。
Jimmy Lai's home is still recovering from the effects of the burglary.
Just came in and tied us all us up, and I had a fight with them. But since I know that they tied everybody up, so I got to give up.
What did they hit you?
Yeah, a bar here. Bar here. Okay. 何永康邊度？何永康揾咪嗰啲單。
Jimmy Lai is hit by more bad news. His former magazine editor has had his arm chopped off, supposedly by triads displeased with an article he wrote about them. The Hong Kong press gather to demand swift action from the police. Jimmy offers $1 million reward for the capture of the culprits, who to this date have not been found.
阿 Jimmy 有冇聽到？佢聽到點？
有啊，有聽到啊 ！Jimmy 好驚啊，因為佢個 target 太大啦，同埋佢份報紙同埋雜誌都得罪好多人啊嘛。咁即係我哋都 suggest 佢請翻個 bodyguard 安全啲。
佢點講啊？佢唔知啊，
佢成日認叻啊，唔肯啊。
No, I don't think about myself. I think to have a bodyguard is to mortgage your freedom in life, and it's like putting yourself in prison. What's the difference? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just be more careful maybe.
Emmy has dim sum with her dad.
啲女仔咧比較純情啲，即係可能佢住喺個即係男人第一嗰個社會咯，即係仲係中國傳統嗰個社會咯，有啲。
大陸啲女仔先扮嘢嘅，我覺得。
咩話？
扮嘢啊！
大陸咩？
大陸嗰啲女仔，即係咧好似好純情嘅表面，好似好睇得好好咁樣，其實咧唔係嘅 turn round。即係嗱，好似大陸嗰啲女仔，嗱你睇嗰啲節目咧，係咪訪問佢哋話即係如果你做香港好多男人咧，咪上去包二奶嗰啲咁樣。佢話如果你哋即係中意一個男人喺香港上嚟，你哋會點啊？即係有啲節目影到佢哋都話我冇所謂㗎，我同佢哋一齊啫嘛，佢啲老婆唔好，我哋咪即係做好啲咯咁樣。即係用呢個心態唔係幾啱人哋結咗婚㗎嘛，係咪先啦？即係佢哋唔會為人哋諗，會為自己咯，佢哋為錢咯而家。
但係咧，我就有一樣嘢咧，想俾少少意見你嚇，咁睇下希望你去考慮下嘅，響呢個 extended interview 嘅時候，咁就係咧你自己嘅性格咧，其實就係好開朗嘅，好活潑嘅嚇，同埋就好容易相處嘅，但係都係俾人哋感覺咧係即係都幾強硬下嘅一類，唔會話你係好 aggressive， 但係咧就係有陣時好容易咧就係會所謂 carry away 咁樣。好啦，嗱呢一個俾翻你嚇，咁你就去記住，唔好到時唔記得去啊嚇。
唔該曬。
OK， 好，
多謝晒你啊。
拜拜。
Emmy prepares for her promotion interviews, which will take place over the course of the next few months.
今年喎。
拍得幾好㗎啦，好多女仔拍唔到咁嘅速度啊！就算男仔咧，有好多都係慢下，佢拍得好協調咯。
多謝。
I mean, she's smart enough. As long as she tries, she should get promoted. Shouldn't really be a problem for her. So that's one good thing to come out of her being with me. Because before that, she was so lazy and she had no interest at all in getting promoted.